And God is calling us to the deeper relationship. If you must fish in those troubled waters, if you must do what the Lord has called you to do, don't forget there are thrones, there are altars in the marketplace. How else do we displace them? I like to talk about how faithful God has been concerning this assignment. You know, there were times we had wanted to book a space and there was just no money. Or we wanted to, commit funds to some things, but there was just none. But to show us that God is interested in this, He would send helpers. He would send the least expected, individuals, sometimes corporate institutions to bless us. I remember the last MVC, and we had made a deposit for the all, and we were believing God for the rest. And someone I'd known for years just sent me the balance, the exact balance. And that afternoon I received it and I started dancing. I was saying, God, you are so faithful. How did this happen? By the time I was sharing that testimony with my people, they were like, wow, this can only be God. In fact, the individual was telling me God impressed it on her heart that ideally she didn't have other monies. And God did it. I also remember that this same edition, God had shown me that I was going to, unveil my new books. Marketplace Battlefield. Marketplace Battlefield. And I also did a 2026 journal. It's a devotional for those of us that are in the marketplace. Every single day you can take scriptures and read and prepare yourself for the day. And I was seeing the books and I had no clue as to how to do it. And it took a friend of mine from the UK to call me and to start sharing with me. And then I realized that the publisher the Lord wanted me to use, it was somehow linked to him. I contacted and we were able to produce the books in less than a week. And so, as a child of God, I encourage you in the marketplace to be in alignment with God. There is not enough time. Most times we can, dissociate ourselves from other things, manage our time effectively, and make sure that in your routine, you put God. As in, if you're distilling your 24 hours, you need to be able to separate 2 hours and say, this is for my spiritual growth. I've discovered most of us can scroll through our phones for the entire day, but we cannot pray for more than 1 hour. We can pray for more than, 2 hours. And we can do a whole lot of things. And God is calling us to the deeper relationship. If you must fish in those troubled waters, if you must do what the Lord has called you to do, don't forget there are thrones, there are altars in the marketplace. How else do we displace them if we do not build ourselves in the secret place? So I'm sharing this testimony so that you can know that God still answers prayers. He provided the books. He provided for MVC. Join us in this assignment by being a partner for this course. Pray and listen to what God would have you do. And I'm sure the Lord is a rewarder of everyone that diligently seeks Him. Don't forget, Marketplace Vessel, you are on an assignment to make sure that the culture of the kingdom is prominent where you are. Go take over. God bless you.
Hi everyone, my name is Phoebe and I'm the convener of Marketplace Vessels Conference biannual event. Before the recently concluded conference, the Lord has been nudging me to share my stories, and I believe as someone that has spent over 20 years in the corporate circle, we have stories that you can resonate with. I have stories, and I believe that as I share the stories, that you will recognize the things the Lord would have you do, either as a corporate person, a professional, an entrepreneur, or a leader. I believe that the Lord would speak to your heart, the things that you need to do in this season. I'll title this next set of series as a Chronicles of My Journey in the Workplace.